عندنا في دولة الإمارات إنجازات كبيرة وكثيرة اللي أنا ومحمد بن زايد وإخواننا نفتخر فيها، لكن أكثر شيء من الإنجازات هو الإنسان، صناعة القيادة من الإنسان اللي قادر على كل شيء.
Employee retention. The success of companies depends heavily on their ability to retain employees. This is done by following certain methods that encourage employees to join the organization or company or project and stay there for as long as possible until the completion of the work or project. In this film, we focus on how employee retention plays a big role in making a company successful and point out the things that affect it, then show you how to prevent it by linking Sheikh Mohammed's view of successful management in order to demonstrate the success of his ongoing management and his future vision. Every company in its career undergoes changes, some of which are planned and some of which are sudden. But the thing that differs a successful company from others is realizing that changes may sometimes lead to issues that may be felt by some of the old or new employees, making them not merge well with the team, or raise lack of need to do so, eventually leading them to resign and search for jobs in new places where they feel their actual impact. For a company to value their employees and retain them, the management should act as follows. If a company or institution reaches the stage of frequent resignations, the Human Resource Department must interview all those who submitted the resignation to understand their reasons and assimilate. Then a general opinion questionnaire should be conducted for all employees regarding their satisfaction with their job in the company and the problems they face.
Every day is a challenge for us. Every day we have to face, challenge for the water, challenge for something to eat, and every day challenge. So we take it as a challenge. When there is no challenge, everybody is a leader. Where is a difficulty or challenge, some will come through. And that's just a test for us to know.
All reactions are then studied and analyzed, with the establishment of a constant link between company management and employees, so that employees feel the message of the company, its objectives, and what they want to achieve, which gives them a sense of importance for what they do and helps them work together to achieve company goals, rather than focus on achieving personal goals. In addition, focusing on training staff to perform any task with a clear allocation of tasks and a clear schedule, showing the system of rewards and promotions, which would make them feel secure and satisfied with the company, pushing them to work harder. To take care of new employees and include them in the work department, and make sure to clarify the nature of the job to them in an extensive manner, with assurance on leaving room for creativity so that a mechanism is created to present new ideas and suggestions. All this has to be renewed in a meeting every 6 months between the management and staff so as to remind them of the objectives of the company and thank them for what they did during the previous period, while emphasizing on the establishment of the annual appreciation ceremony of the institution, where the top performance employee is awarded an award during the ceremony, and the draw is on a variety of gifts during the ceremony. The Human Resources Department should also organize a lunch party for all employees of the company, including the management, in addition to the monthly emails about the achievements of last month and the objectives of the next month. Smart screens are distributed on each floor of the company where the company's message, vision, and means of communication are presented to present new ideas and suggestions. Human Resources Department should follow trait and behavioral theories to make sure that the leader in charge has the right skills. The trait theory of leadership is an early assumption that leaders are born, and due to this belief, those that possess the correct qualities and traits are better suited to leadership. This theory often identifies behavioral characteristics that are common in leaders. The behavioral theories of leadership take a slightly different approach than the trait theories. The most important assumption underlying the behavioral theory is that the leaders can be made. It tries to show that not all are born leaders, but there are particular behaviors that can be learned to become leaders. So, this would mean that people can be trained to become leaders.
Change or you will be changed. I said that your people will look away from you.
Advice to leaders on how to improve employee retention. Cultural iceberg. Organization management should recognize that informal interaction with staff is the true way for an organization to achieve successes, not just formal aspects. For example, organizing different trips during the year to create more contact with employees and entering them into the work circle to create the motivation to work for the employee and achieve all the best. Motivate employees. There are different theories to motivate employees, but we choose to talk about two big theories that will help to reduce the number of resignations significantly. Firstly, David McClelland's theory of human motivation. It urges you to identify the personal motivations of each employee you work for, so that it helps you better communicate with employees, feed their motives, and help them achieve them. Secondly, the David-Eric theory, which is a two-sided theory. First side, to care for the workplace, its equipment, and its cleanliness, and to provide all that the employee needs to perform his work. This creates the psychological comfort of the employees, leading to satisfaction with the place and the work, which certainly leads to satisfactory results for the management. Second side, the work environment is limited to the relationship between persons. The relationship of employees with their colleagues and superiors must be appropriate and accessible. The relationship of employees with their colleagues and superiors must be appropriate and acceptable. There must be no conflict or humiliation. In addition to achieving job security, the wage structures should be appropriate and reasonable. Competitive equity must be achieved in the same industry and in the same field. As for the motivational factors give positive satisfaction and motivate employees to achieve superior performance. These include recognition. Staff should be commended and honored for any achievement they make. Responsibility. Employees must take full responsibility for the work, so that managers should reduce control at work but maintain accountability. Communication. Internal communications aren't a one-way street. Good communication flows both ways. As important as it is to give feedback to your employees, it's also crucial to teach your people to give feedback on information they get. The key to unlock this step is an open and trustworthy culture that encourages dialogue. When your employees understand their role and expectations, they'll work for success. Barriers that the manager must avoid. Staff termination, selective perception, overload the employee, emotions in dealing with the employee, the language addressed by the employee, there is no way to contact the employee, apparent fear. Management in any entity should cooperate with human resources departments to develop an effective communication plan that is not limited to financial benefits only. And finally, the organization must develop a number of mechanisms to help strengthen and assist employees to perform their business, so that their ultimate goal is to succeed in their own sense of purpose after they've been created to feel that they are part of the company and not just employees.
I cannot see what we are driving. My vision is to Dubai to be number one and happiest nation, all that way. You know, we want to be number one.